until he was 55 years old, and he retired at age 55. Instead of giving his money to the Social Security outfit, he put his money in a commercial bank like I managed on an interest-bearing retirement account at 55, according to the computer. And this came out of the Boston computer outfit that made our amortizations for the bank. He could retire at age 55, draw his average salary for as long as he lived off of the interest the bank paid. And when he died, whatever was left in his account would go to his beneficiaries. Now, if I could have put my Social Security in a bank like that, I now could be drawing twice what I'm getting as a starvation check from Social Security. That is how much they have robbed me, I consider. And I'll close with this. Elizabeth Dole sent me a solicitation back about 2 or 3 months ago, and I wrote back an answer. She wanted me to comment on how I wanted her to handle the immigration thing. I told her that whenever I got a speeding ticket, I had to go down and pay my fine, or they come and put shackles on me, took me down, put me in jail until I paid it. I told her the solution to the immigration problem was they were lawbreakers, that they should give them a choice to go back to Mexico or go to jail. And I also told her that the federal government had stolen the biggest part of my Social Security deposits away from me and the rest of the elderly folk and made Social Security the national welfare program. I told Miss Dole to please take my $21 that they sent me in January as a cost of living increase. Please take that from me and just send me a green card. I asked her to treat me like they were treating those millions of illegal aliens that they were giving green cards to and keeping them up here in the United States. O'Reilly said one night on his program that it was costing the American taxpayer $900 million. This ought to make every senior citizen mad as they can be, as mad as I am. Thank you for letting me come.
Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate you calling and calling again. And I think you made some extremely good points. You're saying if a person could put their money in the bank and let it bear interest, they would draw double what they're getting in Social Security and never touch their principal. That's excellent. We've got another phone call. Hello, are you with us today? Are you with us today?
I can make a call.
Okay, we might have lost you. Feel free to call back, but I thought that was some extremely good points there. But I'm going to go back to the car, but I would also like to say that I think it's a travesty that our elderly, that's 67 years old and older, drawing Social Security, meager Social Security, been robbed by the federal government, have to give back 1 or 2 of their paycheck or Social Security checks to pay their property tax. You never own your property as long as you got to pay property tax on it. It can always be taken away from you. We take that for granted. I know we got to have schools, we got to have that kind of thing. Don't call with that. But I'm a firm believer, as long as you got to pay property tax, you never own your property. But your poor car, back to your car. I said the average family pays more in taxes today than for food and clothing and shelter combined. Indeed, you probably don't realize how much you are paying in hidden taxes when you buy such necessities. Take the average family car, for example. Cars, of course, are subject to state and local tax, averaging 5%. Moreover, consumers must also pay a so-called luxury tax of 9% on car sales over $34,000. In addition, after the purchase of a car, in most states, the consumer must pay each year a personal property tax or excise tax, as we do here in North Carolina, averaging about 3% of the annual value of the car. If you keep the car for more than 5 years, these taxes can amount to more than 10% of what you paid for the car. Combined with the tax on income, payroll, unemployment, insurance, inventory, dealer personal property, and other items, total taxes on cars reach 45% of the sale price. You see, we never look at the big picture. We are just bled when you buy a car. Every way you turn, the government's making money. And then to cream all the government possibly can off of you, you are subject to high-priced car inspections. North Carolina's got that, and license tag fees and insurance. Are we the land of the free and the home of the brave, or are we the land of the fee and the home of the slave? If you'd like to call in, 704-873-1400. I'd like to get your comments on taxes. I think a lot of people out there certainly would want to get involved. If you feel like that this tax situation is fine, call in and let me know. I'm ready to hear from you. But until we get some more phone calls, I'm going to move to some other news that happened this week. And I'm sure y'all probably saw on the news in San Francisco where they were running the torch around up and down the streets of San Francisco. You may not be aware that the men in blue jumpsuits was Chinese paramilitary cops. A 30-man squad of crack-trained Chinese paramilitary cops will march through the streets of San Francisco policing the one and only U.S. stop of the Olympic torch relay and tackling any American protesters who get in their way. The news follows revelations that the London and Paris Olympics torch relay stops were policed by an elite flame protection unit handpicked from the special police units of the People's Armed Police, China's internal security force. We got a phone call.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you doing all right today?
Well, I'm doing fine. Listen, I won't take up your time with a question. I'll just say I'm glad to hear that this radio station has put on a program worth listening to.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in and saying that, and I would like to ask you while you're with us, what do you think about our tax system?
Oh, Lord. That's an all-day topic right there. We're being robbed. We're being robbed, and as long as the people sit still for it, it's going to keep happening.
Well, I agree with you, and we're here to try to affect some change. Is there anything you can think of we can do locally to try to make some changes to this? I for one, I would advocate letting anyone 67 years and older with 1 acre of land be tax exempt, because I think it's very unfair for our elderly to be in the situation they're in, and I'm talking about people with a low income, not people with high incomes, but the ones that are having to choose between food and medicine and paying their property tax to hang on to their house that they paid off 20 years ago. I think it's a travesty, but I appreciate you calling. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I agree with what you have to say. This property tax, I don't remember the county going to help me buy this place when we bought it, but they sure have taxed us to death. We paid for it several times over in taxes over the years.
Yeah, it's just unreal, and it's not that I wouldn't mind paying some property tax,
Yes, sir.
but the property tax, it's exorbitant fee, and the money that they rake in is just unreal. It's unacceptable to me. And was you aware that the torch in San Francisco was being patrolled by Chinese military?
Well, I am now. No, I was not, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Well,
this stuff has been going on for years. People's just blind to it.
well, sir, I really do appreciate you calling, and feel free to call back anytime.
Will do, and you have some support here.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
All right. I appreciate your phone call. Again, I want to say Chinese military on the streets of San Francisco with the authority to beat up Americans, and obviously our government was complicit in this travesty of our national sovereignty. Unbelievable. We have a phone call.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, very good. You?
Doing good. Appreciate you calling. What would you like to say today?
About these taxes, these county taxes,
Yes, sir.
I tell you, if these